been wanting to do this video for quite some time. Let's talk about interracial dating. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? I have been receiving a couple of emails and a couple of tweets about how does Justin J feel about interracial relationships and interracial dating. I've had a couple of friends that I've probably lost. He's probably watching this video too with his color contact wearing ass. I still love you guys, you and your beautiful husband. But I think a lot of people get misconstrued and don't understand what I mean when I talk about interracial relationships and interracial dating. So when I speak on interracial relationships or interracial dating, a lot of times, the times I have spoke on it, it was just a negative almost connotation, like, oh girl, every time I was speaking on it, it might have been perceived as me being negative. But that was always in the response of how I see certain people treat people that look like them. So let me get this out real clear and real out and open for you all. I have no problems with interracial relationships or interracial dating. I think you're gonna find love in different type of place, in a hopeless place sometimes, okay? Come on, Rihanna. And I think love has no image. Love has no, love is not, it's not the same. It's different for everyone. So if that's the case, my mother version of love for me would be with another woman. But now she's on, this level of thinking that love is whoever's going to make her son happy. So I can't sit up here and have a problem with someone who is dating someone of another race. Now, the times I have spoken on it, I think I was talking about, black men dating white men. So let me get this clear. There are a couple of black men and black people who only talk to non-people of color. And when I say that, I'm speaking really on just black people. So we know of certain people who only a black guy or black girl who only wants to date a white man or a white woman. And I see that sometimes in our community, the LGBT community. I see black men who are in the club or certain clubs and stuff, and they seem to be disgusted of the image of talking to a black person. They don't want to talk to someone who looks like them. And to be honest, that's self-hatred. I think you can date whoever you want to, but when you're only chasing white men, that's a problem. And I received an email yesterday about that. Well, it wasn't an email, it was an Instagram. And the person was like, you just have a problem with such and this and that. This is the thing. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with a black person only dating black people. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. You probably limiting your pool a little bit, but sometimes black people do that to make themselves safe. Sometimes it's a safe thing. I wrote an article, if you can check it out on kingareach.com, I'm gonna put it in the comment section, where there was this black guy, and he was, the hashtag twirl life type, swirl life, I only talk to white men. And this boy, because that's what he is, a mindset of a boy, was only interested in dating white men and messaged a white man on Grindr. Now, what a black guy doing on Grindr, I have no idea, but sometimes we'll pooch on over there. But while he was on there, he messaged this white man, and this, he wanted to be in a threesome or something with this white man. This black man wanted to be in some type of relationship or something with this white man. And it can be sexual relationship or something, or threesome or whatever. And apparently the black guy, I can't think of his name, did not have a picture of himself. So he proceeded to ask the white man, is black okay? And that's what I get from blacks who only want to date white men. It's black okay. When you don't find people that look like you attractive, that's a problem. I think I've lost one of my friends, today. I've lost a couple of, black brothers who I've noticed have a history of only dating white men. And there's only been one person, and I don't even call him only chasing white men, because he, has dated black men and stuff too, but he doesn't give me that white man is higher than a black person. And that's very anti-black for you to put a white man on a higher pedestal than your own black brothers that look like that. So it's almost like you're on this, you know, social climb of like, I need to be with a white man to be considered to be good. And we see that so many times with, you know, celebrities who are black. And, you know, every time we see a black man in the mainstream world, they're always in a relationship with a white man. It's like, you got to have that to be on this level. You cannot. And for a while, we didn't see black love. Even when we was watching Empire, because I don't watch that shit no more. We never saw Jamal with a black man. He was with a Latino guy, and I think he, you know, dated some, you know, when he ended up dating a black person, it was a DL man. So representation matters. I don't want to see every time I see a black person dating another black person, there's some type of problem, some type of issue, especially when they're queer. I want to see that. I want to see black love. That's why it's important. And I love Sean and Terry, the creators and the founders of Slave TV. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. I love them so much. I need to re-sign up for my Slave TV again. I had to cancel it because I ain't had no $5 in my account. But shout out to Sean and Terry over at Slave TV and all the people doing work over there, doing good work and giving us representation. I feel like people like that, programs and stuff like that are important. Seeing Sean and Terry, you know, I just watched them on Checked In this past weekend. It was great to see two black men, all that melanin, just together talking and sharing, you know, sharing their love with us. And it made me feel good because I don't see that sometimes. And for someone who is my age, 30 years old, and to be single, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I need something to show me that it is possible for you to be in a relationship with another black brother. Like, it does exist. And it's important for other people to see it as well, because people need to see that we are out here loving on ourselves as much. So I think that even when black men, heterosexual black men are chasing white women, what are you saying? And oftentimes you hear them say something negative about a black woman, but a black woman brought you in this world. That's why I'm always forever checking individuals when we hear anti-black shit like, you know, I had to give me a white woman so my baby can have pretty hair. Or you know how people treat certain babies when they look a certain way. We notice it because I've seen it. You know, I've seen someone, you know, kind of look at a dark-skinned baby, you know, they're like they're less than, and then when you see mixed biracial baby, oh my gosh. I think Cheska Lee Ramsey talked about that as well. You know, she was saying that people are fetishizing her child that's not even here because she has a white husband. I think it's nothing wrong with dating another white man or someone who is not the same race as you or whatever, but I think it's important that you understand that you cannot be looking at your people in a negative light, because that is what we've been taught, that this is less than. So you cannot let the internalized hatred make you view certain things. And me and Adrian are always unpacking shit like that. We talk about it. Someone made a joke about it on Twitter recently, and she said that, you know, I'm saying unpack a lot because a lot of things that we've learned have come from just existing in this world, this white supremacist world, of the way things are shown to us. Like, this is not beautiful. Think about some of the things we've said when we were children. We heard people say, "Stay out the sun." When girls were getting their hair pressed and stuff, and women were permanenting their hair to fit in, to assimilate to this. Think about all that stuff. Think about how, you know, how we see a lot of folks who have advanced in a different era where, you know, black people were lighter skinned. Think about people like Thurgood Marshall, who talked about the fact that he was a lighter skin, that he was able to use their privilege to grow in his career and what he was doing. He said that. That's why I got a problem with what's his name playing Thurgood Marshall in that movie, but that's another subject. But I think it's important that we understand that, so you're realizing that you're looking for somebody and you're actually seeing color, because there's no such thing as not seeing color, but you're seeing it and you understand why you see color. So you need to understand, hey, why am I only dating white men? I even challenge myself when, you know, dating other people, like, why am I only interested in this? And at one time, like, even when we think about people who are in shape, or what we call in shape, or this type of figure, why is that? We've been shown this so much, but once upon a time, obese people will, were looked at like, this is the image of wealth. This is a person who's making a lot of money. They got a lot of money to eat. And then people who were small were looked at like poor. So think about that. A lot of things that we do, the way we see things, come from something, seeing stuff. Now, I know folks might say, oh, Justin, that might be sexuality. That might be because you gay. That might be the reason why you've seen it. No, child, because I've been known this since my ass was in goddamn elementary school, before I understood sex and gender, I was attracted to men. But I think it's important that we understand, and I cannot stress it enough, so Justin does not, let me repeat that, have a problem with interracial relationships. I think that's a beautiful thing. But what I do not like is people, especially like, what's her name, what's one of them twins? And say, oh girl, ain't nothing wrong with black love, but I'm down for the swirl or something too. I don't like to hear dumb ass shit like that. We celebrating black love over here. We already know white people already get celebrated. We not finna celebrate that shit no more. We gonna celebrate black love. It was once upon a time that black slaves and stuff couldn't even get married. Bitch, they were jumping the damn broom and shit. So, I mean, it's important that we understand why we're seeing black girls rock, black love matters, all of that, because we need to understand it. We need to be teaching them. We need to be reteaching them, because our children have been taught something different. A lot of us, especially people around my age, have been taught this anti-black ass behavior carried on from our parents and our grandparents. And I don't think they meant any harm, but it's just what they were, taught, because it was a product of this, of what they were seeing and how they were treated. And now we're getting more access to information. We're educating ourselves and truly breaking down. And that's another conversation I'm going to have about how some of these academics go about the world educating people in their communities, but sound like they're talking down on folks. That's a video I'm going to do on that later on, because I see that a lot on Twitter, considering some of the academic people I follow on Twitter and Facebook. And girl, y'all be out here about to kill my ass. But the conversation right now is about interracial relationship, interracial dating. Justin Jade has no problem with that. I support it, just like I support anything else, but I support black love to a higher power, because I think representation matters. And I think people need to understand that you don't have to be with a non-person of color to be able to advance in the world, but that's the shit we've been taught. So I don't want people to think that that's something they have to do to be considered greater. So I think that's important that we understand that. Let me know what you thought about that. If I ever came across and made it seem like that I don't like interracial relationship and I don't like interracial dating, I think the people who are pressed about me saying things about interracial relationship and maybe perceive me talking down on interracial relationships are the people who are out here deliberately chasing white men and white women. I think that's your problem. That's something you need to work on. That's an internal issue. My guy friends just unfriended me on Facebook recently. I didn't even know it. I was very much interested in having a threesome with him and his husband. I don't think that's going to work. But, things happen, shit moves on. But I want you all to understand that Justin has no problem with interracial relationships or interracial dating or any of that. I just, want people to stop chasing white peen just to be chasing white peen and then be looking down on black peen. A lot of times you specific black people who chase these white folks, y'all get hurt when the white person say, I don't talk to niggers, or I don't talk to blacks, and you have to worry about that. And not just dating a white person, that's a lot of work, because you have to make sure that that person is not, got some internalized hatred with black people and not chasing black people based off of some stuff that they stereotypes they heard. Get into that, get into BBC, get into how they talk about it, get into that shit. But that's all I got. I love y'all. Tell me what y'all thought about this topic, honey. I'm gonna have a lot of those coming through, honey. No, I probably will not be cooking in the kitchen, honey. That's a lot of work to be editing all this shit. And y'all ain't gonna be seeing me drop rice and beans and shit on the damn floor. But tell me what y'all thought about this video, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.